I was just about to walk out of this conference and I saw a post-it note that said, "What about female veterans?" And I drove back from Durham to Newcastle and thought, I've never even thought about women veterans before. So the first project that we did with Workie Ticket was called Hear Her Roar. I wanted to share women's stories and create a platform for women to have their say. We did a night of collection of short plays that were all written and produced and performed by women. Our new project, Women Warriors, was created because I went to a women's mental health conference and I was just about to walk out of this conference and I saw a post-it note that said, "What about female veterans?" And so I started to research that, look into it, and I came across a charity called Forward Assist, and I met the woman who runs that, called Paula, and we had a conversation about maybe doing something like Hear Her Roar, but just focusing on the ideas and the themes and the stories of female veterans.
My involvement with Workie Ticket Theatre is I am helping Jojo and Rosa facilitate the workshops with the female veterans, and I'll be helping produce our final theatre production. When we decided to devise a piece of theatre about female veterans' lived experiences, we decided that we would do forum theatre workshops. So we got Rosa Storack-McCreary, who is a forum theatre practitioner, to come and lead these workshops that Jojo and myself and Dr. Alice Cree have been taking part in.
I'm using methods that come from a body of work that is called Theatre of the Oppressed, or forum theatre, which is one part of that work. Essentially, it's a way of engaging a group of people and an audience in looking at and interrogating issues that a particular community might face.
I'm Lisa, I'm a female veteran. I served just over 11 years in the military, eventually was medically discharged and met lovely Jojo at a seminar and decided to get involved in this lovely project.
We're using research and interviews and diaries that have been created from those workshops to create the short plays. We're going to have a rehearsed reading of that on the 13th of July at the Hancock Museum, and then we're going to do a full production, hopefully, in October at the Exchange in North Shields of our findings and the full production of all the plays.
We chose forum theatre because it's quite it's like a tool of action. We get to look at problems and issues that people are facing and we unpick those together collectively and we workshop outcomes and solutions.
Because we're really passionate about our responsibilities as a theatre company. If we're working with people and they're telling us our stories and they do have a lot of mental health issues that are coming out of that, and obviously it's triggering them, we do feel like we need to give them something back, so we're going to be doing some wellbeing workshops with them as well.
Yeah, it's been interesting how I can use drama, even though I may not have always got it, of how I can express myself in various ways. Whether it's by speaking or whether it's just a case of, again, using the form of theatre where sometimes it's the actions and sometimes actions can speak louder than words.
My research looks at how we can use theatre to explore experiences of women in the military. These kind of projects are happening all the time, but none of them that I know of have really centred the experience of women in the military in the way that this project does. And I think it's important as well for this kind of participatory community project that women are able to take ownership of this process and to decide which stories they want to tell and how they want to tell them.
It's given me some really good things to look at myself, look at relationships, and just look at who I am with just anybody and everybody, and realising that it's okay to not be okay.
For me, I think the project is about raising awareness to the public, but for the women themselves, it's about them feeling that there is some recognition of their experience, that their stories aren't just being unheard or forgotten about, and potentially that can be change arising from that. So in a way, even though sometimes the sessions can be quite challenging on a personal level for people and bring up emotions that they might prefer to bury or deal with in more private or personal ways, in a way what I'm trying to encourage the women to see is that they are kind of doing a service to the group as a whole and to other women like them by sharing their experiences. So they're bringing those experiences into the light through theatre in order for those things to be addressed and finally given some airtime.
There's things that, since I've gone through the whole process of this project, things that I've not experienced before, or I've experienced in a completely different way. So I think that's been a huge help to me, and I'm thinking, and seeing other women of how it's altered maybe their ideas or their personality. So I think indirectly, could you call it therapy? Yeah, I think you can. I think you can, and you don't even realise you're doing it.
It's helped me open up a bit more and think about stuff.
You're giving a voice to the forgotten people.
From my perspective, you sort of bury a lot of stuff, and I've had really positive thoughts and sort of a little bit negative thoughts about stuff, but it's been really beneficial, to be honest, and I've really enjoyed it.
You're trying to make our voices heard.
Yeah.
So, from my heart, from a really, really deep spot of my heart, I really can't thank you enough.